The midday sun, usually a beacon of warmth, felt cold and oppressive within the St. Augustine orphanage. Millions of dust motes danced in the shafts of light, filtering through the grimy windows, each mote a tiny, unsettling reminder of the stagnant air. Today, the routine chores felt different. Lily, scrubbing the chapel floor, noticed a subtle change. The once familiar scent of beeswax and incense had been replaced by a faint metallic tang. She glanced up at the altar where Sister Agnes stood, her back to Lily, seemingly lost in prayer. But her shoulders were rigid, her posture unnaturally still. A low, rhythmic scratching sound echoed from the confessional. Lily's breath hitched. She'd heard those sounds before, always at night, always accompanied by the strange whispers. Now, in the harsh light of day, the sound was even more unnerving. Thomas, tasked with cleaning the library, found himself drawn to a dusty, leather-bound tome. Its pages were filled with strange symbols. He traced a symbol with his finger, a chill running down his spine. The symbol seemed to writhe beneath his touch, as if alive. Meanwhile, in the small garden behind the orphanage, once beautiful roses were now a sickly shade of crimson, their petals drooping. A blackbird, perched on the crumbling stone wall, stared at her with unnervingly intelligent eyes. It didn't sing, didn't chirp, but simply watched, its gaze piercing. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. The children, normally boisterous, moved in a hushed silence, their eyes darting nervously. Sister Agnes emerged from the chapel, her serene smile in place. But her eyes, usually hidden behind her lowered lids, were now wide, dilated, reflecting a disturbing emptiness. She moved with an unnatural grace, her footsteps barely audible. "Children," she said, her voice a low, melodic hum, "it is time for our afternoon prayers." The words, once a comforting routine, now sent a wave of fear through the children. They knew, with a dreadful certainty, that this was not a prayer for salvation, but a summoning.